It says we're live, and these guys came out. Oh, sorry. We have Goofy Gary over here, and we have Mr. Conductor over here.
Straight from Shining Time. Oh, and I brought Thomas with me.
Yeah.
See, Thomas is here too.
Hunter's on a Thomas kick.
Well,
Hunter's been on a Thomas kick.
I've loved Thomas my whole life. If any of you ever were, is anyone here?
Yeah, right now there's 4 people, but more people will show up.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Nate.
Well, hey. If any of you remember bearded me looking like a blind man with sunglasses on, looking really goofy, goofier than Gary in that interview that I did, John asked me the question of what would get other people into trains more for the younger generation. And there's one thing I never really mentioned, and honestly, Thomas the Tank Engine is really it. That's what really would get other people into trains, I think. If you have a kid, just throw Thomas on the TV and see if they absorb it like a sponge, because that's what happened to me when I was younger. So
look at him now.
This little blue tank engine is everything that is responsible. It's what caused the 80 mile an hour dust cloud down Warnerville Road that you saw earlier. Stuff like that.
Look at that dust cloud, man.
Yeah, that dust cloud, man.
So, hey, just want to mention something. Since this is the first time we did a live premiere, thanks to everybody for watching. Really appreciate that.
All 12 of you who are tuned in now, yes.
Right?
Yes.
All 12.
All
well,
12.
There's 12 people now, but more people will show up.
I hope so.
It usually takes a while for people to show up.
Well, there were like only 34 of you at maximum reviewing the premiere. Like, what are you guys doing on a Saturday morning that could be like so important?
Listen to him complain. It wasn't even his video. He just wants to be more famous. That's what it is.
I was in it. I don't look the same, but I was in it.
Yeah.
So,
well, if it's any consolation, there probably will be 1,000 views on it within a day or two. So.
Well, yeah, but are any of them? Oh, if any of you who happen to be watching are single women in your mid-20s, I am single. I doubt that any of you are, because we're in a hobby that's loaded with people of the older generation that happen to be male. But just in case there is some diamond in the rough out there, call me. Not you guys.
Yeah, call them, guys. What's your phone number? 916.
No,
he wants all the guys to call him. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so when someone's asking where's my cap? Sorry, Dean, I have one, but everything I have doesn't fit. They're like that big, and my head's like that big. And this one, the other one's like, 2 hands. It's huge.
So that's why you've been married for so long?
Perhaps. So let's say hi to some of these people. And there's something that I want to do. It'll be boring for these guys, but I'll ask you guys for input too, because you might have some ideas about what people can do. I have been trying for probably the past 3 or 4, ever since Patreon was started, I've been trying to come on here and talk to people, because not everybody can support the channel on Patreon. Some of the people that are talking in here do support the channel on Patreon, and thank you for that. But I want to talk about some of the other stuff that people can do, stuff that doesn't cost any money.
Yes, Nate, I'm single. Anyway. Is that a surprise that I'm single? What's the
It's okay. Probably because you don't have the beard anymore. You're very handsome with the beard.
Okay. Whatever.
Right, Gary? Gary has a beard, so yeah. Gary likes beards.
He looks very extinguished.
Extinguished.
See, now Lone Wolf is you say you sound desperate, dude. That's not good.
I'm not sounding desperate. Yeah.
He is desperate. Yeah. It's okay.
Why are we just throwing me under the bus all the time?
You're the one who wanted to turn this into a dating channel.
No, I'm just saying it's Saturday and, women are off work too. And,
Oh, so they might be watching, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no desperation involved. It's just, got to get it when you can, man. Come on.
Right. Oh, it's a good thing he doesn't live on a sheep ranch. I'll tell you what. Hey Jay. Hey Jay. And
Glad he came in at this time. He missed something that was really just ridiculous right now.
Yeah, well, I'm sure people will watch it later too.
Oh man,
these live streams you end up getting viewed too. So let's see what Lone Wolf sounds. This is good. See, he's giving us some good advice here. Women love confidence. Don't sound desperate. Tell him that. What he said. Or do what Ken Patterson told you.
Well, I do.
Yeah, okay.
We're not around women right now, huh? I'm with a whole bunch of men. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
God, this isn't how I act around a woman.
Well, you can practice. See if you can practice.
None of you guys want to kiss, though. So, no, I ain't going to
Right.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, though. This is a railroad channel train guy. We're going to be talking about...
There's trains here. See, look at this. There's a big train, a talking train. The most famous locomotive in the world. And I coming to you straight from Shining Time knowing what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Believe me.
What happened, Jay? I think we went off topic there. Confident desperation. Here, I'm going to change.
Let's change gears.
We're going to change topics now.
Okay.
I think John wanted to talk about how
Right.
people can
Patreon and stuff. Yeah.
help
Yeah.
out.
Sorry.
Yeah. So let's talk about helping out the channel. So let me find. I need to find my. I made a whole document about
Confident
this.
desperation.
I thought that
Oh my
was good.
God.
Confident desperation.
That's ridiculous, man.
Oh man.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you'll like the episode, Jay. Jay, the Chasing Trains episode was very fun. So Nate Jackson likes Shining Time Station.
Good.
So there you go. So let me find this. Support TSG. Here it is. So these are the things that I came up with about supporting the channel. So, and I think that you guys are the main people that I want to talk to about this. Now, some people are already doing some of this stuff, and I thank you a lot, because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about here, if everybody who watches the channel, or even a small percentage of the people who watch the channel, did the stuff that I'm going to tell you about here, it would be even huge, bigger than it is, and that would be really helpful. Anyway, a quick thing here. Lone Wolf is taking off right now. Okay. Oh, the Great Model Railway Challenge. I've heard about that, Lone Wolf. But have a good day, and thanks for joining us. What are you doing? Wow. Okay. As Mike likes to say, we have the children having fun in the back seat. Right? Are you mocking me? Okay, so here's what I came with, and I want to also ask you, anyone who's watching, that if you have an idea about ways to support the channel that I don't talk about here, to mention them on the chat, because there may be some stuff that I haven't thought of, and it would be nice to know that.
Send cash.
That's one of the things, but that's not the main thing. So, and thanks for bearing with me. These guys came out because it was my birthday this past week, and we're
he's
gonna
50.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
an
50.
old guy.
I'm
kind of.
50. Well, I'm 29 with experience.
We'll see.
That's what I am.
We'll see. I'm about to be a quarter of a century next year, so I don't even know how I'm going to live with myself. I already got gray in my beard, man. That's why I shave now, because I'm realizing that there's some gray in that.
Well, in your beard?
Yeah.
There's already gray in your beard?
There's gray like all through here. Yeah,
Oh.
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
your
what I do.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Lone Wolf isn't taking off. He's talking about that show that's taking off. And I've heard about that show. Ken Patterson's in love with that show, the new one. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the birthday wishes there, guys. And Josh Walton's here. Hey, Josh, nice to see you here
Hi,
too.
Josh.
Yeah, you remember Josh, right?
I sure do.
He went chasing trees with chains.
I've seen some of the videos he's posted on his Facebook page.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Sarge. So, train guy, 29 with 12 horse experience in you. Yep, you sure are a train guy. Back to the topic at hand, which I wanted to bring up, which is about all these different ways that I thought of to support the channel. The first one, which I talk about a fair amount, probably not enough because it's not growing as much as I'd like to see it grow, but that's okay. It'll take time, and I realize that. But Patreon is a great way to support the channel, because you can do a recurring monthly donation of as little as $2. It's like $2, $5, or $10. And after, hey, Scott Day, nice to see you too. After the third month of that, I think at the $5 level, you get a mug, which I should have had one out here, but I completely didn't think about that. Then there's a $10 donation, $10 a month thing. That's you get a shirt and a mug.
Your mug.
That's okay. Oh, I see. This is the mug. I have the mugs in here. Hold on. I'll get a mug so you can see what this is.
I'm busy mugging though.
No, that's fine. Take over.
Okay.
Take over for a second.
How do you start talking?
What do you want me to talk about? I can talk about a lot of things. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, but by the time they tell you, I'm going to be back with the mug.
Oh. Just remember to, that it's always good to use protection. Accidents, are never a good thing, and make sure to keep your pet spayed and neutered.
I thought we weren't going to talk about accidents on this show.
No accidents.
Yeah, no accidents.
Well, no, just to use protection to prevent an accident.
Just don't go fast.
Just don't go
Just
fast.
don't go fast.
Don't go too fast. Because going too fast.
That'll put you off the road and in a ditch.
So this is the mug I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how do you open this thing? It's one of these.
One of these
tricky boxes that.
Do you need help, my child?
Well, I'm going to give you one anyway. So why don't you open that?
You
can have one too, sir.
So
because we're
the question is who's going to get it open first?
We've been on Chasing Trains, so we're all part of the crew now. See what this says? What does it say?
Yeah, TSG
train crew.
So these are the mugs I'm talking about. You get these from Patreon, right? Chasing Trains. Well, also something else that I want to talk about.
Train crew.
Yeah. See. So hopefully you drink coffee, or if you don't, drink tea out of it then.
Well,
right?
Only at Motel 6.
Right, the coffee that doesn't exist at Motel 6. Not bad. They're party favors for the party we're having for my birthday. Anyway, the first round of mugs are going to be going out to the $5 a month Patreon supporters. I think either this month or next, because this is the third month of that. I'm pretty sure that one's going to be on your way too there, John, if I remember right. But I'll have to check the Patreon page and find out. There's another thing you can do, and I don't know if it shows up during live webcasts like this, but just below every video now, I think it's almost every video, because there are some videos I've watched that didn't have this, but a lot of videos have under the screen, right down here someplace, a little selection of like t-shirts and mugs and stuff, like a Chasing Trains t-shirt. You can buy those, and those are things that I designed, so that would help support the channel too. So that's the second thing that you could do. So Patreon first. There's the TSG swag, I guess is what they call that when you
stuff which anyone's got is what swag stands for.
Stuff which
anyone's got.
Oh, well, whatever it is.
But I think that's what it means. I don't know.
It's branded stuff.
I'm not a teenager. I don't know the teenage lingo these days.
I don't think that's a teenage thing. I think swag is old, isn't it?
They were using swag all over the place when I was in high school. That was like the word everyone used.
You know what swag is? Oh, you've never heard that one?
First time I've heard it.
Oh.
Don't forget, I'm 75.
Yeah, he's really old. That's funny. We got a 25, a 50, and a 75.
24.
We got all the quarters.
25 is close enough.
Now, I just would like to ask something. Put out a little thing to anyone who's listening in.
Hold on a second. Time out. It's not a dating show, is it?
It's not a dating show.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So, from the Shining Time Station and the Thomas the Tank Engine on my T-shirt. Yes, I'm of the generation that grew up with the classic series of Thomas, Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and so forth. Well, all of you, when we were kids, might remember that Ertl made Thomas the Tank Engine characters in die-cast. Well, I'm working on collecting all of them and completing the range. It's something I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. And so any of you who have Thomases that look...
Here, try like this.
Okay. That look like that.
Oh, it died.
Oh, boy. It didn't die. It just went out. Hold on. It didn't die. It just went to sleep.
Is it Classic Thomas? What is it?
Yeah, this is the classic Ertl Thomas.
There you go.
These were made from 1984 to 2004, this entire range. It's about 130 pieces. This is what the Thomas model looks like. But so if you have anything that looks like that, or any Ertl Thomases around, I have almost the entire range. I'm at about 70%, Mr. Sergeant Ghost. I've been collecting Ertl since I was 12 years old and done it through 3 waves. I even
half your life.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I have, if you know these characters, I have Emily, Spencer, and Jock. Those are the 3 rarest in the entire Ertl range. So yeah, I'm serious about collecting these.
He's pretty serious about Thomas.
Yes.
And a lot of us dismiss and poo-poo Thomas, but I think that's a bridge to the younger people, because everybody. I want to talk about that a little bit later. I want to go back to this thing of the things that people can do to support the channel.
Yes, Lone Wolf, they did discontinue it. That's why I want it. Anyway, continue.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. I
Yes.
mean, rare stuff.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about Thomas later, because I do want to talk about that, because I do think it's important, and I think too many people ignore it or poo-poo it. So, but we'll come back in a second. So I talked about Patreon, and I talked about the T-shirts and mugs and stuff that show up at the bottom of the video screen. Those are all chasing trains. If you want to get the train crew stuff, that's only through Patreon. Those are rewards for people that support the channel on Patreon. There's something called PayPal.me, which is if you wanted to donate, basically a one-time donation. So, say you had an extra 50 cents. I'm just making something up here. You can go to PayPal.me/TSG Multimedia, and that'll get you to the place where you can send a donation that way if you want to. So something else a lot of people don't know is that TSG Multimedia has been around for a long time, since 1998, actually. And I've been making DVDs, right, since 2005. And if you go to tsgmultimedia.com, you can find a whole huge range of DVDs. There's like 30 different titles. You can buy those from the website. That way you also get something for that. That's another way to support the channel. So, and it's also digital downloads and Blu-rays as well as DVDs on the website. So that's all the paying stuff, right? So if you want to support the channel financially, you still get something from it, except for the PayPal Me one. That one's just a donation. So I'm going to talk about the free ways that you can support the channel or help the channel. So, because I understand that it's not always easy to make a donation or support things financially, because everybody's in their own struggle, right? Is that a fair comment? So here's the ways you can support the channel that cost nothing. And if you have an idea that I haven't thought of, please put it into the comments. So the first thing I thought of was, if an ad comes on and it's not too long, just let it run. Because I think YouTube pays for people actually watching the ad. So if you hit that skip thing, I don't think that they pay you, or if they do, it's not as much.
I think you're correct.
Does that sound right? I think I remember reading that somewhere. But here's the really frustrating thing. YouTube changes this kind of stuff all the time. So you have to really stay on top of it to know, which things, end up
generating
paying.
revenue.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's that. Or how about this? If something comes up as an ad that you have any curiosity about, click on it and look at what it is. Now, I am not saying to click on every ad that comes on, because if I say that, I actually get busted for that. So don't click on every ad, but click on the ads that you're interested in and see what the people are selling, because they do pay for clicks. That's one of the things that helps a lot. And let's see, what else do I have here on my list? I'm looking at my notes because I brought it up on the screen with us. Let me see what this says. Someone says the ad has to run for at least 30 seconds for the channel to get paid. Okay, Jay, if that's accurate, then watch it for 30 seconds, right? It's just enough time to go to the bathroom. So when you sit down, you'll be comfortable, right? Well, actually 30 seconds might not be enough time, but you get the idea.
You gotta be pretty quick if you're gonna finish in 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, push hard, but be careful. Okay,
Might get a hernia.
so let me see here. Let me see. So freeways. Yeah, so don't click ads willy-nilly. Just if something pops up that you're actually interested in, click on it and see what it's about.
If you get an ad when it's not 30 seconds, you have to let that ad play the whole way through, just period.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I mean, if you're going to let any ad work for 30 seconds, then if it's a shorter one, it'll end.
Right, exactly.
So,
and normally the 15-second and 5-second ads, they don't allow you to skip anyway. It'll just say video will play after ad.
Okay,
because that happens too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's that too. This one's really important. Okay, watch more videos. Right. This kind of goes without saying. You're probably thinking, but let me explain what I mean when I suggest that. So I have some friends that actually play the channel in their work area when they're working on models, and that's a great way to increase the channel's view time. And YouTube calls this viewer engagement, and they do track that. So it helps make the channel more discoverable through the YouTube algorithm. So when you're watching a show like this, off to the right side of the screen, it has all the ads listed. You might like this, you might like that. And it's stuff where, it even makes it sort of a playlist. So if you finish the video you're watching, it'll automatically play the next one that's on that list on the side. Well, if more people watch the channel all the time, more of my videos will show up in that list there. So that helps a lot too. Let's see here. So it makes the channel more visible. And let's see. Oh, here's another one. At the end of just about every video that gets published, there's always about 20 seconds of time that offers a couple of suggestions about other playlists that you might enjoy or other videos that you might enjoy. I put those up, and those are videos that I've linked to the one that you're watching. And then you can click on those at the end of the video that you just finished. And I just recently went over 1,000 videos on the channel, believe it or not. So there's a lot to watch on the channel. You can go through some of the old stuff. That's really great because there's so much old stuff to watch. Okay. Oh, here's another thing. Every time when you watch a program, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down and post a comment. This is one that a lot of you guys always do. Sergeant Ghost is one of the guys who always comments. And I'm assuming that, yeah, you can put thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't even care. Thumbs down help too. So if you think it really sucks, all I ask is if you put a thumbs down and you really think something sucked, tell us why in the video comments, because the comments and the feedback there will help me figure out what people are liking or not liking, and I can change. If enough people say that something sucks, I'll change it. So there's that kind of activity also is tracked by YouTube, and it makes the channel way more visible in that screen I was talking about to the side that gives you all the options for other stuff to watch. Let's see. If you create conversations in the comment threads of the videos, that counts as activity also. And all activity on a video is helpful. So talking to each other in the comment section is great. Thumbs up, thumbs down is great. Sharing it on social media is another way. I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so we're almost to the end here. And if you think of something I haven't thought of, put it in the comments there. I'm pointing because it's over here on my computer.
Delta 9 is saying hi from Chicago. She's not a band member though. No,
Delta 9 also has been very good about commenting over the years. So thanks. For that.
Peter Cetera.
Yeah, Wicked Seafood too has been very helpful, and also is a Patreon supporter. Something I should mention I didn't mention is that Patreon supporters all get listed in the podcast. So if you like to have your name up on the screen, that's another cheap way to do it. Or you can make your own channel and just put your name on it, just a video of your name. So let me see. I've been showing you. Oh, this is another good one here. I have been showing you products from specific manufacturers. Okay, Atlas, Athearn, ExactRail, anything that's on an N-Scale Friday or a product spotlight. Those are not random. They're sent. And if you see a product spotlighted on the channel that you intend to buy, check for a link in the description of the video, because sometimes they're there. Usually with ExactRail, we'll put a link in the description. And if you use that link, they track that and they know where you came from, which helps me because then they're like, oh, well, look, there's 100, purchases from that channel. So we should definitely work with them more or whatever. So if it doesn't have a link in the video, or you're not ready to buy when you watch the video, but it's still something that you're going to buy, sometimes when you order something from a channel, or from a manufacturer, there's a place where you can send a message with your order and let them know that you saw it on the TSG channel. Look, these guys are falling asleep back here. Hunter's really nodding off. We're almost done. There's only one more after this. Okay, so the last one, this is me with notes, right? So imagine if I was trying to do this from memory.
I'd probably walk out of here.
I'm about to walk out of here because I'm listening to myself and it's boring as hell. I'm always looking for cool things, content to present on the channel. So if you know someone or a place or an event that might be worth considering, or maybe someone who's interested or interesting as a person, right, to interview, because I've been doing interviews on the podcast usually once a month now. Actually, yeah, we interviewed Hunter.
I looked blind then.
Yeah.
I forgot to take my sunglasses off. He told me about it later. And yeah, I do look rather absurd.
That was the comment on the Sierra Chasing Trains episode when I called him Stevie Hunter because he had his blind sunglasses on. The only thing he was doing that.
I was moving my head around enough that it looked like I was going like.
Yeah, but that's what he normally looks like. You get all serious. Anyway, so if you know someone who you think would be interesting to talk to or to interview for a podcast, put them in touch with me or put me in touch with them because that could also help. So those are the things I came up with. If you can think of anything else.
I thought of something.
Yeah.
It's going along with your adding content.
Yeah.
And the chasing trains aspect. A lot of people chase trains and do train videos and so on, but they don't necessarily have a YouTube channel or don't necessarily post them any place specifically or even edited.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could do something where people send you their chasing trains video and you do the editing for them and maybe have a montage, say 2 or 3 people different chasing in one episode,
that could be cool.
Put it together, something like that.
Yeah,
and we can have site comments, that are just coming out of nowhere. You or anyone else, or if we're nearby or something, we can make comments about what's going on to make it funny.
Oh. It's like Mystery Theater, Chasing Trains 3000 or Mystery Theater.
Yeah.
It was, that could work. Although, to be honest, I have been thinking that it would be kind of a cool thing to have people send in clips and have a run by.
That's what they do on the Ken Patterson What's Neat thing.
Yeah.
They give a run by the end of everything.
They do that on his monthly show.
His monthly show. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is the monthly show.
Yeah,
well, you can make that just a normal thing to the
so
monthly
you
podcast.
could add viewer content to something that you produce.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah,
we'll have to think about that. But I don't know. I mean, how many people would do you think people? I'm asking the people in the comments here. Do you think people would want to send videos in? And what I was thinking is, if it's somebody sending in a video from a YouTube channel or someone who has a YouTube channel, that then I can plug their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like if I use your video, I'll put the link to the YouTube channel in the comments or something, or in the description of the video. But it's just an idea. I don't know that. Well, actually, no, that could help because then they would probably tell their viewers that their video was featured, and it might bring more viewers to the channel.
Because the more content you have, obviously, the more hits you're going to get.
Right. Yeah, although I don't know. I mean, I've got a 1009 or 1010. This might be the 1011th video, this live webcast published right now. So there's no lack of content.
Oh, you can never have enough.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because it's always new stuff that's people are looking for. Kind of.
I've noticed that too. That most people watch almost only the new stuff.
Yeah.
So
I only have one thing on my channel that people keep going back to, and that was when the 844 derailed in Sacramento.
Right.
Everyone keeps going to that, but everything else they watch it when it first comes out, and then it kind of
Right.
dies off.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was one of the things I talked about a few minutes ago, which was to watch the back catalog, because there are, like I said, 1,009 other videos to watch, and most of them, at least probably 60% of them are up to the standards that I've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years. One of the things when I first started doing YouTube, the business aspect of TSG Multimedia was in DVDs and that kind of thing. And
That's when I first discovered you.
right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
because didn't you order one of the Caltrain videos or something?
No,
like that?
no.
Or-
The first video I ever ordered of
A Day at Roseville.
A Day at Roseville.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I remember his channel. He this was when early 2008, and A Day at Roseville was brand new. You just did A Day at Binney Junction. You were doing the Steam Fest 2010. I remember that time.
Yeah. Well, my point though was back then, that's what I was focused on, was the DVDs and all that stuff. So what I was thinking, John's asking if the DVDs are for sale at the Shop in Concord. They usually are. They usually have that stuff at Just Trains.
I picked up my copy of the Ace video from there. They don't have the entire TSG library. You can normally see about 4 or 5 of John's titles there at any given time. As to what ones they are in particular, I couldn't tell you, but they have about 5 or 6 of his DVDs at any given time.
Yeah. So, and that's a nice thing to have them in stores like that. But what I was going to say is that I was concentrating on that up until about really 2013. So about 5 years ago. So YouTube to me was a place where I could put trailers for those videos, right? Mm-hmm. So you have a trailer for A Day at Roseville, a trailer for A Day at Marysville or Stockton or wherever. And I wasn't really that interested in making the YouTube channel as high a quality as possible. My thought was, it's free, so who cares? It's free and it can suck because it's free, so it doesn't matter. And then around 2013, 2014, I started to find out that if you do good work on YouTube, you can build up a channel to where you could actually make a living doing it. Now, it's nowhere near that now. That's because YouTube has changed the way they pay. Google doesn't pay jack squat on their monetization. It was better up until about 2 years ago, but now it's a real hard thing. That's why I started Patreon and why I did this whole thing about other things you can do to support the channel. So, it's kind of a catch-22, because just when you build up to a certain level, they change it. And then it's harder for people to find you, and it's harder for it to be monetized. So where was I going with that? So around 2013, 2014, I started concentrating more on making the quality of the stuff on YouTube better, because I want it to stand out as looking better and sounding better and so forth. Because if it doesn't, then why would anybody watch it? Let's see hold on one second. That's not going. Anyway, so I think I'm done talking about the whole thing with supporting the channel. So click on ads if you're interested. Watch the ads if you're not. They're not that long, or watch 30 seconds of it, and share this stuff on social media. That's the other one. Recently, Josh McMurrin from Utah has been sharing a lot of the videos on Facebook all over the place. And I think it's really helped the channel get more attention. So special shout out and a thanks to Josh for doing that. I'm sure if he's not here now, he'll probably see this later. So thanks a lot, Josh. Greatly appreciated. And then everybody else, there's a few people in the chat now who are Patreon supporters, and thank you for that too. So let's see what this says. Make a playlist for my Railfanning videos because people say they're hard to find. You mean, Dominic, you mean for mine or for...
Yeah, what he's saying is that you as TSG should go through his channel and make all of his videos in a playlist under the TSG channel, so people viewing TSG can click on them to watch his videos. Basically, he's trying to leech off your revenue, is what he's saying.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Yes, that's what that is.
Well, whatever.
Mhm.
that's okay.
Mhm. So-
Anything with links automatically gets filtered. It looks like Lone Wolf's been trying to post links here, but it's not going to go through, Lone Wolf. So
Yeah.
sorry about that.
And also, too, Lone Wolf, to answer your question, yes, I was saying Ertl, ERTL. Yes, that's what I was saying. So, actually, speaking of that,
Yeah, bring this back to
Speaking
Thomas,
of
because
that,
I want to talk about Thomas, though, because here,
look at laughing.
segue.
right, I'm trying to read the comments, too, because
Right.
because that's important. I want to be interactive here
Right.
with sort of Q&A, but I want to talk about Thomas because in the context for this is everywhere I go, and I see a lot of, especially model railroad clubs and museums and
Mhm.
museums that are modeling clubs as well. Everywhere I go, they're very concerned about the lack of young people in the hobby. They see a lack of young people. And my thought is a lot of times they're not very welcoming toward young people.
Tell me about it.
And what I mean by that is part of it is, say there's a young kid who's maybe a little bit annoying. Well, kids are sometimes annoying. You have to have patience. There's nothing subtle about that, Gary.
Just kidding.
Hunter, you're a brat, but you're our brat.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get to, Dean is going away. Thanks, Dean, for coming. Appreciate it.
Like me? No, not like me, Jay. No, but
hold on now. Train Guy just said it. This is exactly what I'm getting at, Train Guy. Thomas is not just a great bridge; is the best bridge to the younger generation.
Thank you. That's what I've been trying to preach for years. That is what I'm trying to do now. Is Thomas the Tank Engine itself has gotten, I feel, a very negative rep over the years from the Railfanning community. Some people saying it's a mindless show. There's no point to it. There's no plot lines to follow. Well, that's really not true, especially if you look at the classic series from 1984 to 2003, series 1 through 7. They were all made with #1 scale model trains, and the detail and scenery is fantastic. And all the narrations and plot lines go straight from episode 1 in 1984, and everything is a character build from that first episode. Whereas in the newer series, they completely reworked everything, and everything is their standalone character now. It was all really a character buildup and the continuation of the same story when I was younger. And also when I was younger, that was when Shining Time Station was on PBS. And so it was a train-themed show with Thomas the Tank Engine there. And that show started in 1989 and quit in 1997. So I was right there for that,
Yeah.
And so honestly, I don't think if it was for Thomas, I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today. So there you go.
So there's a first-hand account, right?
Yep.
Because it wasn't that long ago, right?
No,
We're 10 or 12 years ago.
Yeah, 10 or 12
15
years ago, 15 years ago,
right?
yeah.
I've been making videos about trains for, 13 years. So back
Right.
then you were watching Thomas.
Right, exactly.
So, so the point is, and it doesn't mean that you have to watch it and you have to like it, but it does mean that you have to understand what it is and realize that just because you don't like it, you don't have to poo-poo it towards a kid who loves it. Right?
And don't poo-poo it to a 24-year-old who loves it either still, because also, too, I've also openly admitted that I'm on the spectrum. I have Asperger's syndrome, high-functioning autism. Thomas the Tank Engine has also been one of the biggest supporters of autism and Asperger's syndrome research for a very long time. Starting back about 2000 and 2001 was when they started doing this research. And it has been shown that for autistic children especially, the classic Thomas series, which is just plain expressions on each face, and the way each engine is a bright color and each engine is its own individual number, it really helps autistic kids with defining color, counting numbers, and reading emotion. So it's also a very good show for social development as well. And people seem to overlook that, especially when it's been a icon that's been around for 75 years. You know, this isn't some pop culture fad that's coming and going. This is something that's been around for a long, long time. And it's really the only thing now for anything of my generation and any generation that comes after me that really can, quote, breed, unquote, a rail fan.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I'm talking about,
Mhm.
being a bridge, right, to the
exactly.
future. Because everywhere I go, they say that, oh, the hobby's dying and there's no kids doing it, and that kind of comment. And it's like, that's not true. One, it's not true. The problem with that comment is that they're looking in the wrong place. They need to look on social media, because the hobby, whether it be model railroading or just liking trains or even prototype rail fanning, is alive and well. You just have to know where people are sharing it now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm tying that in because one, the people are out there, and two is to be as inclusive as possible when you know somebody that's a Thomas fan, right? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and make fun of, I mean, we'll make fun the way we normally rib each other,
right.
but I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, why don't you grow up, because that's stupid.
Well,
and mean it.
And the thing is I'm viewing it from an adult standpoint. Yeah, this was just to be a little bit funny for the webcast, but in general, overall, yes, Gary.
I have mine
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Can you hand me that visor? I need something to wear.
Yeah.
You see it over
He's
there?
gonna look like the mad scientist now.
Here, I need a hat too.
Yeah, he's gonna
I
put
should
a hat
have worn
on.
this earlier, but
all right, yeah, there.
we
Now,
go. Okay.
John. Now, okay.
Now I have a hat.
Okay,
too.
good. Okay, so yeah.
Luke, I am your father. Come with me to the dark side, and we'll. I look like one of the bounty hunters from Star Wars.
You
don't
do, you do, yes.
Here. Han Solo, don't shoot me first, Han Solo.
Oh, but
Can't wear this.
jeez, yeah.
Sorry, I had a slight.
But that's the thing about
there.
But that's the thing about making fun of people, you know, and stuff like that for Thomas and everything else. It's like, I'm 24. I'm not here gawking over the show like, oh my God, there's Thomas from the island of Sodor. I'm going to go say hi to Thomas. No, I'm looking at it from the cultural and pop culture icon that's been around now for almost 75 years, and who's actually all, if rail fans were actually, you know, had a bit more gray matter than most of the community does, unfortunately, they would realize that every single engine on Thomas on the island of Sodor is actually based off of a genuine railroad prototype from the British Isles or, you know, from somewhere else. And everything that they do, for the most part, in the classic series especially, which is the Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and Alec Baldwin era, is all really prototypical to railroad operations, about them shunting cars, switching cars, the drivers controlling the trains and stuff like that. It's basically a view of real railroading from the perspective of if the engine were to see everything, is basically what Thomas is. So if you have a problem with that, and you think that that show is going to be a mind-numbing, terrible thing for the rail fan community, and you think it should be shunned, yeah, then I would question whether or not you call yourself a true rail fan and a true supporter of the hobby and its surviving.
Yep.
And there is my 100% true opinion about how I feel about that.
Wow. Imagine that. Well, you guys got more than you expected today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should thank these. I want to thank these guys for coming. We're going to go have some lunch or something after we're done here. And they came all the way out to Sacramento. It's very nice of you guys. So thank you for that. You didn't have to do that.
A special occasion.
A special occasion, because it was a live webcast.
I gotta go find some gold dust though.
You don't turn 50 every day, you know.
I'm Mr. Conductor.
Gold Dust? Is that from the show?
Yeah, Mr. Conductor. He appears and reappears in gold dust. He's only 18 inches tall.
I don't know about these things because you know what? I don't watch Thomas, but I'm not going to sit here and talk crap about it either, because
how can you talk crap about that face?
Oh, I could, believe me. I only don't like Thomas because of the crowds, and I don't like crowds. Every time there's a day out with Thomas someplace, it's nothing but crowds and mobs.
That's just because you don't go out on the line. If you go out on the line, you're by yourself. That's what I do. I'm just by myself. There's no one out there. You just don't go to the station.
I understand.
Yeah.
Container Man's asking who's 50 today. Well, I'm 50 today, but I turned 50 a couple days ago. So, but yeah.
I still got another 26 years.
Yeah. Got a little experience on you, Hunter, but Gary's out. Gary's both older than both of us combined.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how
By 1
old he
year.
looks.
By 1 year. Yep.
Yeah. Or close to a year. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I was going to say something. I was reading about some of the comments on here. I was going to comment about some of them.
Ooh, 55.
Yeah.
Senior discounts at IHOP. Good on ya.
Right? That's good there. Her trigger
Yeah.
is 55.
Yeah.
That's right. You can get the senior menu at Denny's too now for 55.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what you have to look forward to
Yeah.
in 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'll ask for it now.
Did you get your AARP in the mail?
I got that on. I'm getting all kinds of AARP on Facebook now.
Oh.
Does
Absolutely.
AARP come start at 50 or
It
what?
starts at 50. Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
That means I can't get rid of them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh man.
So, yeah.
Happy late birthday. Well, thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, hey, Container Man turned. Oh, Joe's birthday's today? Well, shoot. Scorpios unite.
I'm 55 too. No IHOP or Denny's here in Germany.
Oh, well, you're better off, Jay, if you don't have IHOP or Denny's.
Now, see, all of you poor souls who don't live in California and don't have In-N-Out Burger, I feel really
Oh,
sorry
yeah, he's going to
for.
go on In-N-Out kick. So this is the two things you need to know to make Hunter happy. Thomas the Tank Engine and In-N-Out Burger. Well, there's and Jazz.
And Southern Pacific.
And what else?
The real train love is Southern Pacific. If you
Yeah.
didn't know, when it's not Thomas, it's Southern Pacific.
Let's talk about your top 5. What are they?
Well, didn't you see
Southern-
my 11 top 5 on the
11 top 5.
Yeah, my top 5 11
Yeah.
railroads.
So in case anybody's wondering, what in the world is he talking about?
Watch the episode of
The-
Chasing Trains
The
that just
episode of
came out.
Chasing Trains that came out this morning was a premiere. It was the first time I've ever tried this new thing that YouTube has called a premiere. That's where you schedule it, and then there's a live chat, just like where we have right now in this live webcast. But you can chat at the same time as the feature is playing. So I did that for the first time ever this morning. One of the scenes in the episode of Chasing Trains that we watched together, I set him up really good. I asked Hunter, he volunteered his top 5, whatever they were.
Yeah, and then
I lost track.
Yeah.
And then I kept asking for more. Like, what else do you like? And I had a little number. Every time he added a new one, he got up to 11 before he stopped at his top 5.
Yeah, my top 5 11 railroads. So remember that. It's a trick question. What are Hunter's top 5 favorite railroads? There's 11 of them.
Ours go to 11.
Yeah.
Yep, that right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why isn't it just 10? I was going to 11.
Go to 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks, Nigel.
Yeah.
That was Nigel, wasn't it?
I think so.
Oh, man.
Oh boy, that's one of those. Usually, people have these.
I said Santa Fe. Santa Fe is railroad number 6 in the top 5.
Oh, that's right. As long
It
as,
is.
but it had some.
Only the valley.
Only the valley from
Yeah.
Oakland to Richmond, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right. Jeez.
5 guys. Okay. Whoever says 5. Oh, no.
Five guys is fine.
Last time I had 5 guys, I got sick.
What?
I got sick last time I ate there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah. So, no 5 guys. And plus, they're not near as sanitary as In-N-Out as far as their facilities. There's peanut shells all over the floor and crap. Why would you go there?
I like 5 guys.
I worked food service for 2.5 years. So anytime I go into a food place, I pay extra attention to these things.
Well, every In-N-Out that I've ever been to was pretty clean. So
Never been to
place.
Culver's, and I need to go to White Castle because I need to recreate, Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
oh, right. That was a
Yes.
funny movie.
Yes.
I've only seen it once, but that's the kind of stupid, humor that I like.
That's the greatest humor.
like Dumb and Dumber and
Yeah.
that. And there was one part where I don't remember if it was a raccoon or a skunk, but there was a raccoon in the car or
Yeah.
a possum or something.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I think it was the first.
Well, one of
humorous.
my favorite in the car scenes is actually in Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, where they had a cougar in the car. and he had to try to go get he had to try to go run from the cops with the cougar in a car.
You mean a real one?
A real cougar.
Or the kind that you're always looking for?
No, a real cougar.
Okay.
A mountain lion cougar.
Well, I just want to make sure that we're on top.
Why are you gonna?
Just to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Lord, no, we're not.
Yeah. So in case you missed it,
Roar, cougar.
In case you missed it, Hunter's looking for a date. What was it?
Yeah.
Guys over what?
What?
No,
Not
I mean,
God, don't listen to what don't listen to what he said.
I messed
please.
up. I messed up.
No.
I messed up.
Oh man. Oh. No. Okay. Listen. Yes. All I'm saying is, if you know a single woman friend who would think that I'm a hot commodity
And is over 40.
No,
you don't want over 40?
well, if they have experience, that's fine. But I'm not saying that that's my limit. You know, basically, I would.
Cougars apply.
Cougars apply. Yes.
Cougars apply.
Anybody.
Welcome.
Cougars welcome. There we go. Yeah. Anybody applies, but Cougars welcome. I take everybody.
Well, Gary, you must know some ladies about your age.
Oh, jeez. I do. I introduced
Right?
you to one, my friend Jeannie.
Can you?
Yeah?
Yeah, she's older than I am.
Was she interested?
Oh, very interesting. And she's into jazz. He really was grooving on the jazz.
Wow. Really?
Mhm.
I didn't even know about this. This is.
I
know
hate
about
that this is a family show right now.
I know about Hunter and Jazz, but I didn't know that you introduced them to a sugar
Yeah.
grandma.
Yeah, we
That's
took
awesome.
the train. We took the train to
You guys, this is
to
family
Brennan's.
friendly. I'm
Oh,
trying
that
to
place-
not
that's in
swear right
Emeryville,
now.
isn't it?
we took the train to Brennan's, and
Before they closed.
before they closed,
it?
yeah. And Jeannie came with us, and they got into jazz on the train. I just listened because that's all they did was talk about jazz.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's something there, Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter's.
Tone down the train talk, dude. Mr. Lone Wolf, you think that the way I am now is the way I am around women 100%. We all act different in public given our social situations here, buddy.
Social Security.
Social situations.
Oh, he wants a lady on Social Security. There was a Freudian slip there. That's what happened.
Well, she doesn't have to. Well, no. Well, if she's on.
I want to say this. If Jay, it's going off the rails, pun intended. Lone Wolf, I think, makes a point, though, to tone down the train talk, because I know that a lot of people, they don't care about it.
Right.
You know?
And
like,
so you shouldn't really talk about it with everybody. I don't, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I'll say, honestly, when I'm on a date, one of the things I'll say is that I'm into photography and videography. And they go, oh, what do you like to photograph? I say landscapes and transportation.
uh-huh. And here I was thinking that he was going to use it as a pickup line about making X-rated movies when they're done eating dinner.
No.
Oh, man. So I have a serious question for the people in the chat here, because we've got 30 some odd people watching. Did you think of anything that's a way of promoting or supporting the channel that we didn't talk about?
I know confidence.
I didn't see any comments about that on the comment section.
No,
Yeah.
John can tell you I'm pretty confident with my abilities. That's for sure.
He's overconfident.
That too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's overconfident. He talks too much about it. Yeah, that's overconfident? No, that's not overconfident. You're not. The more you talk about it, the less confident you are.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a little reverse psychology there.
No. I will say that, yes, my dating history hasn't been that great, but, you know, I mean, like any straight male, I mean, a guy likes a good woman every once in a while when he can. So,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm being a man.
I want to mention to Lone Wolf, who's talking about showing more how-to stuff. There's going to be more how-to stuff in case you missed it on the podcast. I talked about this a little bit on the last podcast, that this is our winter now. And even though it's not ridiculously cold or whatever.
We've been on fire.
Well, yeah, the whole state's on fire and the smoke out in the. I'm wondering. Yeah,
It's getting clearer now. It's been clear these past couple days.
It's still-
has.
In my area, it's
Not
been
in my
blue.
house, it
It
hasn't.
hasn't been here either. What I was going to say is that during the winter, the day, even though the weather is still fine in California for most of the year, but the days are still really short. So if you go out to Railfan or something, you don't get a lot of time in doing it. So I'm going to be spending more time here. I have at least half a dozen projects that I'm going to do. And I've been talking to friends who want to show some of the stuff that they're working on too. So there's going to be more modeling on the channel over the next, few months. So anyway, let's see here. Looking at
We're almost on an hour here.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we have a specific time? You guys want to?
No. I'm just saying we're going on an hour right now. That's all.
Yeah, we're up to 55 minutes. If you get tired of talking, we'll cut it off then.
He never gets tired of talking.
Oh, I was looking at you.
Oh,
you haven't
talked
talked much at all.
Talking too much.
Yeah, maybe we should. Hey, here's the thing though. Gary worked for SP, and he has a lot of stories, and he tells the stories like on our Chasing Trains tips. Yeah. And they're actually great stories, but he thinks he's boring and nobody wants to hear him talk. Maybe we should do an impromptu, what do you call it? Interview to talk about SP.
I'll think about it.
No, I mean right now. I'm going to ask you.
He said impromptu. If he's
impromptu, man, it's on the run. It's on the fly here. You're on the hot seat now.
Okay, well on the.
Look at him, this guy. He thinks that people
on the fly means while you're moving and you grab something. For people who don't know railroad lingo, just saying.
Oh, I thought that means
that applies to everything.
Look, someone's asking for a story, Gary. Sarge wants you to tell us. Sarge is one of the best viewers. He's been around the channel for a long time.
Gary worked for SP and he quit. The end.
Alvin wants to know too.
If there's a segue, I'll say, oh, by the way, that reminds me of.
Oh,
and then we'll have a story. But so far, there hasn't been any segue.
Yeah, but that's because you don't have experience with Thomas.
Yeah, he does.
But a lot of things that happened on Thomas, could be segued.
The real thing.
Yeah. If honestly, if you want to see just one of the funniest things in Thomas, I recommend the episode season 3, A Scarf for Percy, narrated by George Carlin. You see Percy hit a luggage cart and get covered in jam. It's pretty funny. One of my favorites. Just saying, Hunter Lowe's recommendation for any of you who don't know.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
So let's see. Some of these other things are some of the comments. I'm going to try to read some comments and do some sort of Q&A stuff here.
Well, then I'm gonna go take a facilities break. Then.
Oh, take a facilities break.
Yes, I will.
He'll be back in a minute if he makes it out of the restroom.
Mm-hmm. I wish it was really like Mr. Conductor, so then I could be like, and then disappear in magical dust. But
gold dust.
I wish you could too.
Well then, Gary wants to be able. You want to be able to control that, though, right?
Yeah.
You make him disappear.
Yeah, anytime I want. Coming down here, that's all he did was talk about Thomas. It's a 2-hour drive from Sacramento to San Jose. He didn't shut up. I think when we hit around Capitol Avenue, he shut up for about 10 minutes.
Wow, what happened? Did he get a phone call or something?
No. All of a sudden, he just became quiet. But he talked for about an hour and 50 minutes.
Maybe that's when he realized he had to go to the bathroom.
Could be.
Oh man, that was a great Chasing Trains though. That going with you guys out to the Sierra Northern. That was good.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, our trip to Eli
was
good too.
That was great. And then the most recent trip. So in case people should probably explain this. So we went together to. I think the Ely trip was first, wasn't it? And
yeah, the Ely trip was
Sierra
first.
Northern was after that.
Sierra Northern,
it was.
and then of course we went to. You probably
went
haven't
to
shown me yet, Promontory, but you haven't put that up yet.
Yeah, so we've been going on these trips, and the last one was out to Promontory, or I suppose Ogden, that area of Utah,
Salt Lake.
And a quick question: Brandon is asking about thoughts on a podcast that interviews manufacturers and industry experts. I've done some of that, not on the podcast, but just in general. So anyway, back to this real quick. We were talking about the trip to Promontory most recently, and you can actually see some of the action from that trip on Gary's channel. If you look up Gary Perazzo, it's PERA.
Or just on YouTube.
Oh, search for Goofy Gary.
Goofy Gary, yeah. If you search for Goofy Gary.
If you search for Goofy Gary, when this is over, you'll find his videos, and you'll see some of the stuff that is going to come out later on this channel, but the shots that Gary took while we were on that trip. So that's a cool thing. Lone Wolf is inviting us down to San Diego to be a guest star for Chasing Trains, I suppose.
God, I haven't been to San Diego since I was in the Navy.
When was it?
About
100 years ago?
50 years ago.
It was when I was being born. He was in the Navy. Oh man.
I think I've been there since, but I can't remember.
Yeah. I went to San Diego about 2 or 3 years ago. Went to the La Mesa Model Railroad Museum there in Balboa Park. That was pretty cool. Got to do a layout tour of that amazing HO scale layout. I have some plans to go back to San Diego sometime in the near future, talking to some of the people at the museum because they want to do layout tours of the other layouts that are in that museum. So I'm trying to arrange that with them. But all this stuff takes time to plan. That was one of the things before, like that V&T trip that we did last year.
Right, last year.
That takes time to plan all that stuff. So it'll be a while. And the other thing, at least for my channel, because I operate it, more like a business, I actually put stuff in a schedule, and like this, I have my schedule right here. It's okay. I got it. Oh, thank you. This is the stuff coming out in January right now. I've got a couple things already listed. So I'm planning this stuff out as time goes. This is November's schedule here for channel 1 and channel 2, or actually, yeah, for channel 1 and channel 2. Yeah, it takes a while to come out. So like we went to the trip to Promontory. When was that? Like a month or two ago?
It was over the Columbus Day weekend.
So that was October.
Beginning of October.
Beginning of October. We're already in the middle of November. I haven't even looked at my footage yet, but you put yours out after a day or two.
Well, of course, I've got nothing else to do.
Right. Fully retired. So yeah, so it takes a while for my stuff to come out because I'm scheduling it. I don't just put it out as soon as it's done. But in all honesty, I haven't even looked at the footage yet from Promontory or from that trip. The highlight of the trip, though, and I talked about this on the podcast in November. I think it was in November. For the highlight for me of that trip, besides seeing Promontory and being at this historic site and going on those drives right out along the old rights of way of the UP in the Central Pacific.
Alvin.
Yeah, it was Alvin's. Alvin from the Golden Spike. He was on here earlier. I don't know if he's still on here, but he commented a little while ago. Alvin Gilbert did this hilarious photo shoot with the TSG shirts because I took a TSG shirt with me. I don't remember why I brought it. I think I was going to show you guys or something. But we had Alvin, and he did this.
He modeled it.
The photo shoot, which earned him the nickname Fabio. Which when the Chasing Trains video comes out, you'll see. There was a short clip of it in the podcast. Actually, you could hear me laughing. I have not laughed that hard probably in 20 years.
Yeah, that was really funny.
I haven't laughed that hard since. I mean, you could hear me. I was laughing so hard. But anyway, you'll see that eventually when the Chasing Trains video comes out. But again, I don't have any very specific plans because I am trying to add some modeling content into the calendar. That Chasing Trains may not come out till 2 months from now, but it'll be a good one, and it might actually end up being 2 episodes. So, but we'll see. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, there's Alvin. Yeah, that was great, Alvin.
Yeah, that was really great.
Yeah, I love it, man. That was one of the funniest things ever. What happened?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
Eek.
What's wrong? Did you
Just
have a problem?
my leg cramped a little bit.
Oh,
I'm an old man too sometimes.
you're not an old man. You just act like one.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
Anyway, let's see here. I will do a couple of question and answers, and we'll end this because there's a bunch of people watching, but I'm getting hungry actually.
Me too.
That's what we're here for today, right?
Right.
To do some hungry stuff.
Right.
So let's see. Is there anything else? Can we send our train for model spotlight, John? I hadn't really thought about that before, Sarge. Usually when I do the product spotlights, I like to have whoever owns the train here to talk about it, because I don't know what I would say about somebody else's train other than, oh, look, it looks nice. Or, boy, this sucks, whatever it is. I would never say that.
Oh, boy, this sucks.
Yeah. Now, here's the question. This is only because I know this place now. I have a question for, I'm going to call you Weber Model Railroad. Okay. The question is, are you Weber or Weber, like Weber Canyon, right? Because that was another thing I learned in Utah. It's funny because they have Heber Valley and Weber Canyon, which most other places that Weber would be Weber and not Weber. So are you Utah Weber or everywhere else Weber? Let's see. It just says Weber. It doesn't
Weber.
Say, it doesn't say
Yeah. Are you Weber Bottle Road or Weber?
Right?
Yeah.
But is it pronounced?
Like,
okay, someone else is saying
so
Weber.
so like Weber, like Chris Weber, the basketball player, or Weber, like wee, like we're peeing like a baby.
See, but Chris Weber is with two B's though.
Well, no, they pronounced it Weber. So do you pronounce it Weber like Weber with two B's?
Oh, I
or do you
see
pronounce it Weber like a baby taking a wee?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't understand what that says. Like chiss? What does that mean?
Like chiss.
Chiss. Oh, like Chris. He's trying to type Chris. So
Yeah.
it's Weber Valley.
Oh, no.
Weber Model Railroad. Okay. Just curious. Boy, that was a long way to go around asking that question or to get the answer, huh? So anyway, Alvin's asking us, how do you three know each other? That's kind of a good question, isn't it?
How do we know each other?
Okay, that's easy. I know Gary because, well, I met you at the Fern Creek in Western,
Yeah.
but we were planning the trip to Ely with Mike before that.
Right, and we hadn't really met.
We hadn't really met before that.
time.
But I knew.
Although we know a lot of
we,
mutual people that we didn't realize we knew.
it's really funny when you get to talking to people. Gary knows probably that I know now of at least half a dozen people that I've known for like 10 years.
Yeah, and I've known a lot of
Probably
them for
even
30
longer,
or 30,
right?
40 years.
Right. I know Hunter, we met at the Bay Area Prototype Modelers Meet, but I knew him before that because he had emailed me.
I was a little 15-year-old then.
Yeah, I have the emails on that computer. It's like, oh, you need to look at my videos from, I think it was for the Cal P line.
Right,
I was working on something or
Right.
talking about it. Which, by the way, that could be something that we could talk about off camera about doing a video about that.
Whatever
Cal P
you want to
line,
do, but you know.
Yeah. So I know Hunter because he's been active in social media, and I think that's where I first learned of you because you were always posting pictures, and the picture of you was you with a camera this way.
Right.
So that's how I knew who you were at the Bay Area Prototype because you had a shirt that said Hunter on it.
Right.
I'm like, wait, I think I know who this is.
Right.
So Hunter came over with Mike Ninneman, who also emailed me when he was a kid, trying to get us to go up to Railtown. So that's how I know Hunter. But it's just the whole thing is, at least to me, is that the rail fan / modeling / community is pretty. Most people know a lot of other people that mutual connections.
Yeah.
So
but as far as us knowing each other, if you live in Sacramento, everyone knows Hunter.
Is that right?
So
he's on all the dating boards.
There's no avoiding Hunter in Sacramento.
Yeah.
That's basically. Oh, well, Gary. Gary just honestly. So that was actually kind of funny.
Did he answer one of your ads?
No, she No.
Actually, the first time we met was at a Cal Railfans thing at John's.
Right, and I don't.
And he doesn't even. I don't think you remember.
I don't even remember.
And Yard Dog was there.
No, I was 18.
He says, "This is Gary Prasler. He used to work for the Southern Pacific." Hunter comes up and he looks me in the eye and he says, shakes my hand, and then all of a sudden, here comes a UP train with a Jevo, and I went, "Ah, Jevo! A Jevo! Ah!"
That is not what happened.
And it was like I wasn't there.
Then he friended me on Facebook. Like 3 years later.
And you probably were wondering who he was, huh?
A little bit.
That was when I first got on Facebook.
Right. And then we were just talking about train stuff because I knew he lived in town. He told me he had a bunch of tapes that he needed to have digitized and he didn't know how to do it.
Oh, right.
So that's all this stuff on his channel of 2472 and Jamestown and what he was looking for a place that could do it. And so I sent him the direction of the right place to do such a thing. And then we just kind of have been talking ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
about Thomas.
no.
Well, today mostly. Talking about Thomas today, huh?
Shit.
Hey, this is a family show. He said shoot.
Yes.
I heard that. It was
Yes,
shoot.
it was. Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
That's what he said, right?
Yes.
Shoot.
Yes.
Or
Shoot.
Shot.
Shoot.
Shoot.
No,
Yeah,
shoot. Like
shoot.
a laundry chute, down the chute.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So Jay would like to know if all the Cougars know you.
No. They do
don't?
not.
Okay. Let's see.
There was one 30-year-old in particular who I really liked at one time, but she didn't go anywhere. So
Oh, what happened?
that was that one girl from Costco who I told you about.
Oh, the Costco one.
We aren't.
We're not going to talk about
We're not
that.
going to go there.
Don't even-
It's one that we shouldn't go to. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
That's a bad one.
bad one.
That's a bad. that's a
Very bad one.
What I'm kind of curious though, just in one word, if you could sum it up, what do you think happened? One word, only one word.
One word.
Yeah, well, with that one.
Ignorance on her part.
Oh, on her part.
Uh-huh.
Because when you said that, I thought you were talking about on your part.
No, on her part.
Ignorance on her part.
Yeah.
What would you sum that up in one word?
Well, because
No, not you. I'm looking at
Oh.
Gary.
What, his failure?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
How would you sum that up in one word? Does the word epic come to mind?
Of the failure of their relationship?
Yeah.
well, it never was a relationship, first off.
Naivete.
Ah, naivete.
Naivete.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
On his part?
I was a little bit naive, just
Ah.
a tad. I'll say that. There was some naiveness there. But at the same time, it's a two-way streak. If someone's being a little bit too naive sometimes, or someone doesn't feel a certain way, you can just friendly say no instead of trying to drag it on. And that's the other thing.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Hi.
who wants to eat? I'm
Look,
starving.
he's so hungry. Should we call this a
Well,
stream, guys?
It's only 11 o'clock.
Is it?
Yeah, it's only 11.
Yeah.
Really?
It's not time
Yeah.
for lunch yet.
Well, of course now, and I know, and the audience is going strong. We got 32 people.
Oh,
for the
yeah. Well,
past
then
hour.
fine. Keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we keep talking or should we eat something?
Sure.
If you want to keep
Are you
talking.
hungry yet?
I don't
Hey,
care.
time passes fast when you keep talking, so keep talking.
I don't know what to say.
You don't.
Yeah. I
Yes.
don't know what to say right now.
That's unusual.
I'm gonna.
You don't
It's
get
not
that in there.
unusual for not knowing what to say. It's unusual to not be saying something.
Yeah.
Whether you know what to say or not. Yeah. There we go. There, I made the comments on the screen bigger so we can actually read them. From
Oh,
back here.
yeah.
Look, I don't even need my glasses now.
I do.
So someone says here, hi from North Carolina. Hello from North Carolina. Where is that? I just saw that a second ago. Oops.
Does that say Jay Fiore?
Yeah,
Fiore?
Jay Fiore.
What the hell? Does he know Ron? I was in the
don't
Navy
know.
with a Ron Fiore.
Yeah, it's not like an unusual name.
I
is
know,
it?
flower.
Yeah, it's not unusual.
Hello from Maryland. Hello.
Brantley from North Carolina. That's who it is. Brantley Hester. Hello, y'all. Oh, from South Carolina. That's where it is. Not North Carolina. From South Carolina.
Even I can read this now.
Oh, cool. Like I can make it even bigger, man. Check
No,
this
no,
out.
no, no, no. you don't
Oh,
have to
shoot.
make it
No,
any bigger.
that make it too big.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hello from Maryland. Brett, hello to you too. Pittsburgh. I guess maybe we should just ask where is everybody from? There's 30 people watching. Where's everybody from?
Yeah, where is everybody from?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Maryland,
North Bay.
All right, Train 1922. We probably know Train 1922, but without knowing who you are, I wouldn't know that. Norfolk. Okay. Santa Rosa. For some reason, Wicked Seafood, I thought you were from Vacaville or someplace between here and Sacramento. North Carolina, Utah. Well, we know where you're from, Alvin. By the way, Alvin also brought donuts.
Yeah, he
And
did.
Boy, I had one. That was a good donut, man. Let me tell you what. David, I think I've seen David on Facebook. Do you do modeling comments on Facebook, David? Your name sounds awfully familiar. Okay, let's see. Kansas, outside Kansas City, Southern Orange County. I didn't know that, Sarge. For some reason, I always thought you're from England or something. South Carolina, New Mexico, watching from Germany. Oh, so why are you in Germany, Jay? That's kind of a long trip. Brett says every time there's a Chasing Trains, I wake up earlier. Sure seems like it. Austin from Kentucky. Okay. Texas, Kentucky. There are people all over the country watch this channel. It's pretty cool. I've always assumed, wrongly apparently, that most of the viewers of the channel are from California, but I don't think they are. I don't even think they're West Coast.
I'm sure they're from all over.
Yeah, I know that the majority of the viewers on the channel are from the U.S. I know that for sure. Oh, is that where it is? You're part of the train crew, David? I couldn't remember. I just know that your last name sounds really familiar. That's an unusual last name. Thank you for being on the train crew. Okay, so from Texas, we're looking at. Oh, that's why you're in Germany. You worked for the service. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So you're a contractor, basically, defense contractor. Miguel Chavez from Riverside. Cool. I think I knew that. I seem to remember thinking that Miguel was from Southern California. Maybe we had a talk like this before. I don't remember. So, see, that's what happened, Gary. You said that Hunter stopped talking about Thomas around where? Capitol?
Mhm.
So when he got hungry.
He got hungry. Yeah,
That's what it was. He got hungry because he's hungry now and he stopped talking.
Right.
Yeah. Babelsbergers from Germany. Very cool. DT Head, his middle name is Thomas. SP, where did I go my trains from Hunter and John? I don't understand what that means. Where did I go my trains?
Where did you go your trains? I didn't give you trains.
Well, the question is he a tank engine?
Is he a tank engine?
No, is he a tank engine?
Is who a tank engine?
The person whose middle name is Thomas.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, I'm a really splendid engine, ready for anything. You never see my paint dirty. I'm James.
I'm guessing that's, yeah.
That's an engine from Thomas.
Now, hold on a second. Those aren't your pickup lines, are they?
No.
Because I was going to say, maybe that's why you're
That's a
having
line from the
trouble.
show.
Well, no, I understand that.
No,
But if
that's
you
not
use
my
that as-
pickup line.
Okay, because I was going to say
Lord
that.
have mercy. God. You think I'm that bad? Are you serious right now? I am not that bad. Seriously. God, you guys.
Yes, anyway, that's what happened last night with 2448 Toy Man. Everyone was talking about food. Well, we can't talk about food because he's hungry. He's going to probably leave soon. Post flyers for a date. Hunter. That's not a bad idea. You ever seen those flyers posted on a telephone pole and it has a little thing you tear off?
Tear off.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing that?
Yeah.
Could do that.
Looking for cougars. Take the phone number.
Take the phone number.
Or you could make a new
I'm waiting on a big toy company to call me back right now, though. So I kind of don't need a spam of numbers on my
adult
phone.
toys.
No.
Oh,
Mattel.
for what? Something Thomas?
Yes.
Oh, of course. What else would it be? I knew that. Yeah. I think we're going to call this. We've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're going to go and have a birthday celebration with me and the top secret other birthday person. See, you guys didn't know that, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The secret assistant.
The secret assistant's birthday was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, she's a little older than I am. She likes younger guys. So, you're too young though.
Well,
well, you guys are both old enough to be my parents because you guys
Yeah.
are the same age as my mom. So yeah,
Right.
definitely.
So, yeah.
Wouldn't be ideal.
Yeah. So we're gonna go.
If
and
any of you are
so-
curious, oldest I've had is 36.
Oh, now he's getting specific. So, any guys out there, 36 or older, you know.
Guys, what?
I mean, gals. I think I'm hungry too. My brain doesn't work right. I'm getting low
Seriously.
blood sugar.
Yeah. I
What are
think
you
so.
saying,
Yeah.
guys? For
Yeah. But yeah, something else though that you don't know, Gary, and I'll tell you now is that my top secret daughter's birthday was yesterday, and she might go with us too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because
Well,
you invited everybody, right?
I invited
Yeah,
everybody.
her birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
She
great.
got a cat for her birthday,
Oh.
so we have a new cat in the
Oh, I
house.
want to see that cat.
Yeah, she's really cute.
Well, I
Is it
guess
one
we're
of
gonna
those that your secret assistant posted on Facebook?
Oh, yes, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at the cat
Good.
too. So yeah, guys, thanks everybody for watching the live stream. And if you watched it, the premiere went over pretty well. I think I didn't know what to expect, but it did okay. I think we had about 35 peak, and you know the channel's subscriber base is big enough that it's going to have 1,000 by tomorrow, most likely. So thanks to everyone for hanging out with us here. Thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. If you can do the things that I talked about earlier in this live stream, if you're just tuning in now, I talked about half a dozen things you can do to support the channel that don't cost anything earlier on. So maybe watch it later and it'll be fun. And we'll talk to you all next time. I'm going to run the stream for 20 seconds so that I can put up the, we're going now. Bye.
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 Okay.
It's still going.
Oh,
It's going until this says 40 up here.
Oh no.
That's it for real now. Bye.